OUTCOLD.com. We encourage you to do that all night long. Round 1 of 6 with our heavyweights, and they're wasting no time. As Ibeh comes straight across and presses Cortes. Well, that familiarity, guys, coming off of a first meeting. Obviously, both of you incredibly knowledgeable in how to deal with rematches at the highest level of the game. Dre, what is your overall take on the approach of a rematch?
Well, you got to be honest about what went right and what went wrong, and that's how you make the adjustments. And you know, you got to have a mindset to go in there and just to go in there and you want to dominate. Sometimes guys will have close fights, Joe, and they won't be honest about what happened in there. They'll just be upset about not getting the nod or maybe, you know, having a raw deal. So you got to be honest. That's the first thing. And Kingsley Ibeh, he said this fight is not going to go the distance.
You can see Ibeh, you know, the athleticism that he has. He's switching from orthodox stance to southpaw stance, you know, and he came out the gate quickly to send a message to Cortes that he's here and he's not messing around.
This is one of those fun kind of heavyweight fights because neither fighter really is concerned about jabbing and setting anything up, as Ibeh just threw a jab right there. They want the knockout, so every shot is a big shot.
Ibeh constantly switching stances halfway through this first round.
Yeah, Cortes right there, he stepped back, but when he stepped back with his hands. And if Ibeh saw that, he needs to follow him out so he can catch him as he's moving backwards.
Ibeh inching forward.
You know, nowadays in the sport, it's really hard to find, you know, great big athletes because, you know, the bigger athletes are drawn to football and baseball and basketball nowadays. I mean, you have to remember boxing was here first before any of these other sports. But now that the sports are popular and now that these big men are getting these big contracts playing these other sports, that's the reason why we don't see a lot of athletic big guys in the boxing ring nowadays.
And in this fight, two heavyweights who weren't born stateside. Cortes comes from the Caribbean and Ibeh from Africa. Round 2 of our 6-round heavyweight opener tonight. A very good-looking co-feature and main event coming your way. 6 fights tonight, and we will see the unbeaten featherweight prospect Orlando Gonzalez also in action on tonight's card. Wide swinging from Ibeh and Cortes here in the rematch as Ibeh tries to close that gap before they tie up, and veteran referee Vic Draculich will separate them.
Yeah, Ibeh, you better be cautious. I mean, he's attacking, he's looking good, but man, he's leaving his chin up in the air and exposed for Cortes to land something hard on him.
We refer to that as a fan-friendly defensive posture.
Yeah, both of these guys tonight are throwing heavy shots, mainly Ibeh, but both chins, Tim, are wide up in the air. Neither guy is focused on jabs, neither guy is focused on setting anything up, like I said earlier, and neither guy is focused on defense.
You know, both these guys got a late start in boxing. You know, both these guys, they are athletes. You can tell they're very athletic. They letting their hands go, but that's the reason. They didn't learn, you know, through the amateur circuit like most of these fighters that we see. You know, they didn't learn the fundamentals.
Cortes didn't turn pro until he was 25, and he's a guy that dabbled a bit in mixed martial arts as well.
It's a good jab right there from Cortes.
Every time Ibeh gets in the southpaw stance, you see Cortes, you see the punch that he's looking to land is the right hand. That's what you need to do against a southpaw. Anytime someone turns southpaw in front of you, you look to learn that right hand.
Along with those big shots that Ibeh was throwing, just like we saw right there, is you get fatigued. Ibeh is tight. He's wound up. And Cortes, he's starting to sense that as Ibeh backed off a little bit, you started to see Cortes pick his pace up a little bit.
There you go, do it again. Again. Work the jab. Break. Work the jab, Kingsley. Work the jab, son.
Ibeh now stepping on the gas pedal, Dre, just like you said. He sees, Cortes is stepping on the gas pedal. He sees Ibeh is starting to gas out a little bit.
Well, Tim and Dre, you mentioned that you saw Cortes hit the gas pedal a little more there in round number 2. In that first round, he threw 31 punches, landed 4. In that second round, he upped the volume to 42 punches thrown and landed 9. Round number 3 here of heavyweights, the rematch of Kingsley Ibeh and Waldo Cortes. Cortes won their first fight back in October of 2019. That was by split decision.
Break. What's the hold?
And Ibeh felt like he got a raw deal, Joe. He felt like just the judges should have scored in his favor, and that's why he told us yesterday in the fighter meeting, I want to take the decision out of the judges' hands. I want the knockout tonight. And he's been having knockout written on every shot that he's thrown.
Bernardo, what are they saying in the corner of Cortes?
Santiago Castañeda told me, look, the fight's 1-1. He's getting tired. You've got to land that overhand right, especially when he tries to go to your body. But you've got to be on the attack.
Let's see if he can get on the attack here.
You know, you see Ibeh switching right directly in front of Cortes. Right directly in front of him. He's not giving any space and getting back. Those are times you can attack your opponent because he's switching his feet around. He'll be off balance when you attack him. You just got to look for it.
Tries to come in behind then that southpaw jab, and as soon as he gets to the inside, he goes back to orthodox.
Good shot from Cortes right there. Ibeh's coming really hard with his offense. And a lot of times, you'll see Court get out the way, just like this. A couple punches grazed him, but nothing really landed. That's when he's got to make Ibeh pay. Hit him to the body a little bit. Hit him 2 or 3 times just to discipline Ibeh and let him know that you can't come in here without being disciplined. He's got to counter those shots that Ibeh is missing.
On that aggressive move
there's
forward,
two ways
he landed
that
one of those
Cortes
punches, but parried the other 2. Tried to come with a thudding right hand.
Yeah, there's 2 ways that Cortes can catch Ibeh. He can catch him in exchanges because Ibeh leaves his chin up in the air. And there's another way. He can catch him when he's pulling out because he's dropping his hands. He's starting to tire a little bit.
Last time they went 4 rounds in that split decision win for Cortes. Tonight they're scheduled for 6 as we will be working our way towards our main event. That includes always like Dre looking at the pre-fight locker room rituals for fighters. How do they like their tape cut? What do they do first? How do they want their laces? How do they want to be taped? How does everything time out? And you can see the Maloneys have been together, Dre, for so long. You know they've got it down to the second. And they know they're not even talking. It's just going about their business and having that relationship.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing to have your blood brother in the locker room with you. He understands intimately what you're going through. He's also a fighter. I had my brother early in my career as amateurs, and just to be able to look over and see blood next to you, and he knows what you're going through is a beautiful thing, because in that locker room, Joe, pre-fight, a lot of fights are won and some of them are lost.
Let's say hello to Mark Kriegel.
You know, Tim mentioned before that heavyweights today have
eclectic athletic backgrounds. Cortes was a pitcher. He played some rookie ball for the Reds, and Ibeh played college football. That's a pretty standard story. What's not is how Ibeh started his boxing career. He walked into the gym and tried to sell his now trainer life insurance. I just don't know, by the way, if he's figured out, is he ambidextrous or a southpaw? I'm not. What is he?
He's trying to figure it out himself. Came with the left uppercut there. Look at him wrapping around, by the way. Cortes has his entire left arm around Ibeh's head, and yet Vic Draculich lets it go, and then the thudding shot scores the knockdown. A series of left uppercuts and then that.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
That's it. It is over. A knockout win for Kingsley Ibeh, avenging the only loss of his pro career.
Listen, congratulations to Ibeh. Cortes looked a little fatigued, a little bit tired, but did you see the uppercuts that was landed, fellas? Unreal. I've never seen anything like it. He hit him with
I played in a couple of boxing movies in my day, and this is a scene out of Creed 1 and Creed 2 where you're just getting hit with shots that, and the way he fell, like you fall like that in a movie. Like, you gotta be taught to fall like that. And I can hear on the ropes, this was unnecessary. Ibeh did the right thing. He's punching. He's not gonna stop. But all Cortes had to do, he's a big man, just grab Ibeh, get off the ropes, and regroup so you don't end up on the canvas.